Do you believe the city should follow the state's example and increase the push for arts programs in our schools and community centers?
Well, that's in the schools. So often you have when you have budget cutbacks, they cut back on arts programs, and I often thought that often you have various schools trying to do everything, visual arts and the theater arts, among others, and it might be worthwhile for specific schools, as they have done in these career pathway program. Maybe certain schools should focus on the visual arts. Maybe others should focus on music, and in other words, do a more thorough job, a better program. Rather than trying to be a mile wide and an inch deep, is have specializations. In terms of public art, I really think there needs to be more public input, because often, as they say, art's in the eye of the beholder. That sometimes, I know I was instrumental in getting the mural put on the Farmers Insurance Building at 21st and Waterman, and it's a nice mural. It's Route 66, but with the California poppy and among other things. And but on the other hand, I know at Second Lake the murals were placed there, and some of the murals I think are very very good. Some people don't like any of them, and so forth. So I think in terms of public art, there really needs to be some sort of a vetting process, so that you get a broader notion. Arts per se we need. We need to recognize the fact that there's needs to be a consensus on what we do.
With the city's existing restrictions, how can you reform policy to allow for more art throughout the city?
The restrictions are, and I think one of the main things is, of course, public property, and in terms of getting things approved. Murals, for example, if they're on private property for public display, we do have restrictions in terms of signs. And is a mural a sign, or is it an art object? And so I understand, often when you get down to the minutia of it, it just seems that, often that, what difference does that make? But the point is that there's a basic legal issue, and so often murals are, number one, you need the permission of the property owner, but also two, we do have sign ordinances, and is a mural or an art object actually kind of an embedded sign in there in terms